Did I always want to become an attorney at law? The short answer to that question is no. I remember being very young and writing several essays about becoming a teacher. In fact, I won several scholarships based on these essays. And although my parents are teachers, I always knew that I did not want to become a professional teacher. In fact, at some point I had aspirations of becoming a computer programmer. I went as far as to take an examination that was at an examination center in Jamaica, and I was enrolled in a school in Canada. But the story goes that it was because of peer pressure why I became a lawyer. Peer pressure from my best friend, who's also my sister at the bar. She encouraged me to become a lawyer, and today I'm proud to say that I am one. How was I impacted by the Norman Manley Law School personally? I can honestly say that Norman Manley Law School had a very positive impact on me, not only as a student, but also as a professional. I remember coming back from Cave Hill and being excited to join the Norman Manley Law School. Me and my friends thought that we had arrived. Finally, it was the final lap, and we were ready to take it on. When we started in September, I remember finding it very refreshing because it was very practical. I finally got to see the practical side of all the theories I had been taught in the Faculty of Law. It also prepared me for work-life balance because it was a lot of work. I'd be joking if I said otherwise. It was a lot of work. The work was very fast. It was very furious. I remember for criminal practice and procedure, we used to call our lecturer Hurricane Harrison, because if you did not catch what he was saying, that ship had sailed, you had missed it. That's how quickly he moved through the lectures. And because of that, and because of how involved I was in the law school, I was at the center of the life of Norman Manley, I like to say. Me and my friends were very big on developing our professional and personal relationships. And so we had to balance schoolwork and also our personal lives. And that really made me into who I am today. As a proud member of the class of 2010, I believe it is very important to give back to the persons who are students at the Norman Manley Law School. It's important for us to build a legacy. It is important for us to have a succession plan. If we do not give back, what is the future that lies ahead for young students? I remember as a student benefiting from persons who had given back to the law school. I was the recipient of several bursaries. In fact, whilst as a student at the law school, I remember my colleague and I, Rona Morgan, we headed a program where we created bursaries for persons at the law school because we were of the view that there were simply not enough bursaries to go around. We dubbed it the Benefit Concert 2K9, and we had the backing of the law school. I remember Professor Vassiani being very excited about what we had planned, and we had only 2 weeks to execute. We raised over $100,000, and this was matched by the law school, allowing us to create over 6 bursaries for needy students. Our benefit concert was widely supported, not only by students, but past students, teachers, judges, and the like. Everybody came on board to ensure that we could give back to those in need. So I believe it's very important to give back to persons at the law school, and not only in the way of bursaries and scholarships, but also mentorship. I am very big on mentorship. I always have, and I always will be. I have always been a student mentor. I've always contributed in some way to the development and growth of the next generation. And I continue to do so, as the law school has allowed me the privilege of being an associate tutor to assist with the mock trial training program. And this was because of the input of Mr. Robert Fletcher, who I'm very grateful gave me this opportunity. He has always known of my desire to teach and to give back, and through his input, he has allowed me to so. Whilst I was a student at the Norman Manley Law School, there were many lessons and opportunities to train. that's really impacted me today. I can honestly say that I never saw myself as an advocate. I didn't imagine that I would be doing any form of litigation. But the law school created the environment where I had the opportunity to practice advocacy in the form of mock trial training sessions. And we actually had to do a mock trial presentation, which was quite impactful. And also, I got the opportunity to represent the law school at several events, both locally and overseas, which ensured that the advocate that I am today is something that the law school can say they are indeed proud of. Memories. To share just one memory. There's so many memorable moments that I had at the Norman Manley Law School. But if I were to say something about my favorite memory, I think it would have to do with representing the law school in the Bahamas at the client interview competition with my colleagues. That was a very memorable experience for me, interacting with persons at a different law school and showcasing all that we had learned from our tutors. Miss Aina and Miss Greenaway spent many hours with us, training us, preparing us to ensure that what we presented was representative of the standard expected of Norman Manley Law School. It was indeed a proud moment when we won. It was something that I will always remember.